Welcome. Today I'm going to be using Replace Color to change the color of the yellows in this image and also the kind of orangish yellows. What I'm going to do is use image adjustments, and you can just see it at the bottom, Replace Color dialog box. This is a pretty large dialog box, so we'll try to take advantage of the real estate we have. First thing you want to do is select the colors. In our case, I am definitely going to keep on localized color clusters, and I'll tell you why in a second. With this eyedropper on, I'm going to make my original selection on this yellow, and here I can see it coming in. Now, the yellows are kind of separated in this image. Obviously, I'm going to be clicking over here as well and in here, so these colors are kind of separated. I would like the selection to remain kind of focused around where I'm going to be clicking rather than making just broad brush global selections of absolutely everything that's kind of yellow in the image. And that's why I have localized color clusters on. For my additional selections of the yellows, click that. And let's watch as more yellows are selected as I click in the image here, for example. There we go. And another one there. There we go. Let me slide this all the way over here and choose this yellow. And again, I've just got that plus eyedropper on, and I'm just kind of clicking like crazy on the yellows. Pretty good. Pretty good. Without the localized color clusters on, let me turn that off. See, it's going to choose yellows down here in the water and also around here on the hull of the boat, which I don't want those. I wanted only pretty much what I've got. Okay, now how much of these yellows do I really have? I can pull up my fuzziness slider a little bit to make the selection stronger, but then again, I'm pulling in more and more of the image as I do that. So I want to be a little bit selective, come down a little bit. And now to test really how well of a selection this has made, how good of a selection this has made, I'm going to go ahead and take the hue slider and just ramp it on up to, what do I want here? Some kind of nice cool color. Alright, how about that bluish? Change the yellow to kind of a blue. Okay, now if you come out of the way here a little bit, let's see how we're doing. Not too bad. It's done a pretty good selection on this. I'm going to play with the saturation a little bit later, but I just want to see. Now, what I'm going to do here is watch the colors expand and contract as I move the fuzziness slider to the right and then to the left. Moving that fuzziness slider to the right, I see I'm taking more. I don't mind that really, but I'm starting to creep into that original yellowish is kind of close in the color family to this guy, which is kind of a yellowish orange. So the more I move the fuzziness up, the more of that I'm going to take, which I am. Don't want to take that, so I want to move it down to something that looks kind of nice, and I'll go ahead and keep the fuzziness slider right there. Now I want to work on the oranges, as I said. So, with the add eyedropper still clicked on, I'll go ahead and click right in there. Now a color change has immediately been made, you'll notice. The yellows have kind of been turned to this sort of this bluish, and the orangish yellows have been changed to kind of this aqua color. They're pretty close to each other on the color wheel, these color changes, because the original two colors were pretty close to each other on the color wheel also. So I'm going to change both these colors simultaneously, but as I do, they're both going to spin around the color wheel pretty close to each other. If I decide to take it down here, you're going to have purple and pink. Purple and pink are pretty close to each other in the color wheel, and again, that's because my original colors were pretty close to each other. Now if I want to leave it as purple and pink, and let's see, now let's say, okay, I've decided maybe I don't want this guy actually in the selection. Choose my negative eyedropper here, and let's go ahead and click on that guy, see how bad it gets. Not too bad. It'd bring back the yellow a little bit, but now the yellow's creeping into this a little bit. Can I restore some of that with the fuzziness slider? And Not really. I'm kind of losing my yellows. I'm losing a lot of my yellows there. I might want to bring that guy just back in again. There we go. But in any event, use your negative eyedropper if you find that you're selecting too much in your image here. I pull this fuzziness all the way up here. Find that I'm selecting this. I can actually come into this preview window and click on that. But again, not bad. Pretty good. Click on this to see your original image. Keep it on the selection, or you can simply press down the Control key or the Command key on a Mac to get the original and then back again. Either window you want to look at, you can still click in here if you want, but I kind of prefer the image itself. Okay, so that's about it. What else on this? You can change the hue, change the saturation, and you can also change the lightness of this thing. Come down here. Well, you can brighten up a little bit, which is pretty awful, or you can pull it back down, make them a little bit darker, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, now after you go ahead and click OK, make the best color changes as you possibly can with your fuzziness slider, your plus and minus eyedroppers, and then changing your hue and saturation, etc. If you find it's a complete disaster, just hold down the Control key or the Command key on a Mac, the Alt key or the Option key on a Mac, and your cancel will turn to reset and bring you right back to where you originally started. I'm going to click OK. Right after I click OK, I have one other option here. Okay, effect is being saved. And that is right after the effect comes in, go to Edit, Fade, Replace Color. Don't do anything else. So right immediately after the effect takes place, you've got to click on that. If you do anything else, then you're going to lose this option. So now what I can do is pull this down a little bit if I want to, and then bring it in selectively. That always helps on these color changes, because sometimes when you do color changes, they come in way too saturated. And yes, I did want to pull the saturation down, but this gives you even better flexibility as to how the colors are coming in. So not bad. It's all kind of bluish, kind of maroonish, pinkish. Kind of nice. Okay, well there it is. Thanks for tuning in, and have fun with that. We'll see you next time.